Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the limited editions of the Dark Tower 5 Wolves of the Calla. Noah's going to be showing the signed limited edition here in a few minutes, but I'm going to start by showing this still very cool but not quite as deluxe and awesome artist edition of Wolves of the Calla. So this was published by Grant. The first trade edition, which I talk about in a different video, was published by Grant, but actually printed and distributed by Scribner in order to get the hundreds of thousands of copies out there in the world. Grant is still a small press publisher, and as such, this is the more common version of their limited, which they handled, I believe, from start to finish, and it is limited to 3,500 copies. The jacket price is $50. It's a one and done publication, so if you have this book with this jacket, this is the artist edition. And so 3,500 copies, all signed by the artist Bernie Wrightson, who's got a lovely signature there. I can't imagine how much writer's cramp I would get if I tried to sign my name 3,500 times, but regardless, it looks nice in my copy. So under the jacket, I've got nice black boards all around, sort of treated cloth cover, bold gold printing on the spine. So the first trade edition clearly states on the copyright page, first trade edition. The artist edition clearly indicates first edition. It preceded the trade edition. So if you're, I don't know, if you're into collecting the worldwide first editions of things, the first trade edition, which is commonly found for 10 to 15 bucks, even in great shape, still a beautiful book, is not technically the worldwide first. I believe that this and the signed limited would be considered the worldwide first editions, but it's not quite fair because this one was, you know, a limited edition. Not everyone, I think everyone had access to it, but not everyone, many people probably didn't even know it existed. And while the first trade edition was $35, the price on this was, you know, a fairly modest bump to $50. But I'm going to show the two side by side. So, artist edition, first trade edition. You can obviously see the differences in the art. The first trade edition still has, so I have no idea if this is going to come through, a slightly textured kind of paper. It just feels a little bit more deluxe. Still illustrated throughout, like all the Dark Tower books, illustrated throughout. And it comes in at 714 pages. The artist edition comes in at 736 pages. So there is some subtle variation in the design or the layout or something to account for the margins, the line, the space between the lines. I don't know. Something accounts for those extra 22 pages, but it seems it also has textured paper. It seems very similar to the first trade edition, but regardless, this is a limited edition. The first trade edition, I've said it before, I'll say it again, very, very nice book. But this is technically the worldwide first edition, and it is a very nice piece and a good one to seek out for the collection. But I'll turn it over to Noah now to talk about the signed limited.
Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at the signed limited edition of Wolves of the Calla. I have this bizarre sense of deja vu that I did this video already, but if I did, here it is again. The Wolves of the Calla is a 2-volume slipcased set published by Donald Grant. The slipcase is gray cloth. And the book was divided up into two volumes. They both have the same jacket artwork, but differ in that they are not exactly the same size. So this is what it looks like. The book itself is bound in white leather with bronze foil stamping. It was published at $200. The price is on the jacket, which is how much I paid for my copy upon publication. The end papers are illustrated, front and back in the same manner. And the limitation page, of course, is on the back side of the front free end paper. It was a print run of 1,300 copies, and my copy is interesting because both King and Wrightson signed it upside down. There you go. So I don't know if that was a joke or they missed it somehow, or one saw the other do it and followed suit, but it's kind of funny. And I really feel like I showed this to you guys in a previous video, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, the book is also illustrated with full color tipped in illustration pages. There's another one. And that is Wolves of the Calla. I love this book. I think it's probably my second favorite Dark Tower book next to volume 4. So good book, cool limited edition, and there you have it. So thanks for checking it out.